Oh, well, the GPS has totally failed me this morning. It flipped locations of the place I was going to, which is just what you don't need. Maybe I've just been lucky in the past. Now, it'd be buggered if I can find any main roads. I'm just totally stuck in this labyrinth of alleyways. It's just ridiculous. I better just check again, but this is really difficult to get out of. It's just unbelievable. It's a honeycomb of these alleys. Alright, well anyway, it seemed like an easy exercise when I started this out, but this is ridiculous. Well, at least I know where I am now. I just went past Bodega Santa Cruz, which is quite a good tapas bar, but I might just take the tried and true after this disaster. You get in those alleys, you just don't know where the hell you are, and the GPS is, unless you've got a bloody SIM card, you're that shit. So, it's definitely the way to go. I'm not going to take any chances. Go straight back to where I know I am and do a whole backtrack. It's good exercise. Didn't do much yesterday. I did a bit yesterday, but it was totally unproductive. I put a plea out to the Internations website. I'm not sure whether these people want money or not. I think they probably do. I think they got an Albatross membership, which is free for about 3 months, and then they probably want some money. But I do put a plea out for AFL coverage if anybody's showing the game, but I don't know if I had much luck with it. At least if you I put something in my profile, and they gave me matches to other profiles, and there were a few Aussies amongst them. So they keep a pretty low profile here, but they are here. They're just so I went on the forum rather than contacting individuals, but I don't know if I'm bar or soap, so it's a bit rude for me to contact. So I basically just sent a message out to them, and hopefully I'll get some response. Also I've sent an email to a friend who unconventionally, I'm wondering whether he can actually point his webcam at the TV screen when the grand final's on, and so we can have a chat and also watch the game together. I don't know if that's feasible, but it's worth a try, and it'll save me $50. As long as I can hear on the radio, I'm not going to live with that, as long as I can see the replay eventually, but it's not ideal, so we'll see if he can work that out. If he can't, well, he also, his side lost last weekend, so he may not be too keen on watching the grand final. Would have been interesting if we were both playing off against one another though. That would have been two very traditional Victorian clubs playing the grand final. But anyway, I probably could cut across somewhere here, but I'm not going to take the chance. It just totally came a cropper earlier, so I'm just going to go right back to where I know and retrace my steps. It's just not worth the hassle. It's a stack of tourists out. It's just after 10 o'clock, so I suppose they start rolling in about that time. This place closes at 12. Hopefully I'll get there before 12. Well, I'm going, I don't know. I gave myself hours of wiggle room. It's always good to have a bit of wiggle room. Yeah, I've been lost in Seville before. It's quite easy with the way the ancient old roads are set out. But I'll just give up on the GPS, and I know it's just past Supermarket Mass, this pastry place, so I know where it is. I don't need the GPS, thank God. Oh, as you can see, I'm pretty hot and sweaty after that abortive walk. I mean, I had to walk backtrack virtually the same distance I went to actually pick up this traditional Spanish snack dessert called churro. Plural is churros. And you can see it's quite light. This cost me $2.80, which wasn't that cheap. That's the chocolate sauce that comes with it. You dip it into the chocolate sauce, and I'll give you an idea of what it tastes like. Yeah, well, I finished off the churro. I'll tell you what, if you didn't have it with the chocolate, it just wouldn't be sweet enough for my taste. It's Nowhere near as sweet as say we'd have donuts in the West, for instance. Well, we're in the West, but donuts in say Australia, nowhere near as sweet as they normally are. So you do need the chocolate sauce, which is basically tasted to me like a really thick version of a cocoa that you'd make up. So it wasn't quite as rich as I thought it'd be. It was fairly rich, richer than cocoa, obviously, probably twice as rich as that. But it really needed to have the pastry dipped into it. It's very light. It's a very light sort of version of a donut as well. So even though it looked like a lot of stuff, it really wasn't. But I noticed that with fruit juices over here, I bought, maybe it's the Carifa brand ones, but I've tried others as well. They seem to be sweeter than we have in Australia. So that's sweeter. So I thought maybe and after having a sweet gnocchi, I was thinking, gee, the Spanish must have a real sweet tooth, but this proves that that's not necessarily the case. So it was good to try it, but I wouldn't bother again, to be quite frank. It's not something I'd be going out of my way to have, but I've been wanting to try the churro because it's such a traditional snack food, dessert food, that I felt compelled to try it. So I'm glad I did, but no, I wouldn't bother again. More of the inexplicable. I don't know what's going on here. It's raucous. These people are chanting away, carry on. I don't know, are they watching a sporting event? I have no idea. Almost sounds like "Come on Aussie, come on," but it ain't. It's obviously a Spanish version. It's bizarre. Like I said, it sounds like a cult group or something. Oh, what's going on? Well, it's well orchestrated. Well, it's not a demo. That's one thing I haven't seen here this trip, is any demos. Maybe they don't have them down here. Might be other parts of Spain. Yeah, I haven't seen them in years. Okay, so now this is taking me down to the river, which begins tomorrow, my last week. For the last 7 days. I'm sort of looking forward to going back. That meeting I got on Friday, there's another English language meeting. It's held over the side in Triana, and they've changed it to 9 o'clock because there's about 25,000 runners doing a night run. I don't know. I think it's like a 25-kilometre run or something. Can't be that long. It's almost a marathon, isn't it? Well, it's half marathon, I suppose. Yeah. Well, maybe it is 25 k's. I don't know. Anyway, they've got that on. So I sort of walked down here during the night. I tried that building with the semicircular, which was built for a convention in 1929. I thought it was much older than that, but no, it's just the style of architecture they've used. But I've never actually seen it with all the canals and what have you. So I'd like to check it out. It looks like I found it. So, yeah, surprising I've never been in here before. I've only gone past it. Not very adventurous. I've been to Seville many times, but apparently you can just walk around. I was worried there might be some sort of interest fee, but there's free fee that there isn't. It's quite lush. You're looking after the grass. Now there it is there. So it's a little squeeze. So we've got artificial lake here, canals, all built for the 1929 exhibition. Fair bit of work. They're probably very happy for the employment back then. It would have been pretty tough. And oh yeah, people obviously they're hiring out boats. That makes perfect sense. If there's $1 to be made. Yeah, I've only seen this from a distance before, but this is good. Get up close and personal. Looks like people trying to flog off stuff on the other side. Always a commercial imperative. In my understanding, these are government offices now, so obviously going to use them for something, wouldn't just leave them derelict. It's a massive building. Yeah, like I say, I'm just surprised. This reminds me of Ha Long Bay in North Vietnam, with the where you've got all the junks in a parking lot. Sort of an aquatic parking lot again. So it looks like supplies exceeding demand when it comes to boats. It'd be good if you can get up that tower. There'd be a great view up there. Somehow I doubt whether that's available. Pity. Well, at least it's not packed out with tourists. It's not too bad. It's comfortable. Now it's all surrounded by moat there, so, but you can get on the other side there, so I'll have a bit of an explore and see what I can actually check out. Well, it hasn't got the ramps for the disabled. I wouldn't expect that here. Oh, you can get up there. Okay. Let's get some elevation. See what it's like up that way. Yes, unfortunately, this is about the limitation of how elevated I can get. That's restricted by those things up there, and there's great iron grate there for this. I can't get through this way, unfortunately. Oh, so it's not super crowded, which is great. Happy about that. So, do a bit of a pan shot. As I say, the weather's perfect today. The ubiquitous horse and carts. Right, we're down here where the other tower is, and got a horrible feeling there's absolutely no access to it. That's not a bad shot there. Poor man's Taj Mahal, maybe? Not bad. I don't know if it's worth trekking all the way the other one to just see where they can get up that tower. I guess you'd know if there's people there because they'd be upstairs. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.